Okay, Alexa has got a new skill for LightwaveRF. So go to skills and then you type in LightwaveRF, Lightwave. Probably if you type in Lightwave it should come up. There it is. 21 reviews already and it looks like it's not doing too bad. Someone on the channel commented and let me know that they've got this now, which is brilliant. About the skill, so control all that. Let me just say enable skill. Login. Now this is where I don't know my login, so I'm gonna have to go and find what my login is. And briefly, for those of you who don't know what LightwaveRF is, this is actually a slightly older. It's not the oldest one they did, but it's a slightly older one. I've had it for years. Now this is the hub which connects to your router, and these are the light switches. Ignore the blue tack. It's because they're so bright when they're on. These blue. All right, in the day, pitch black room, quite bright, and he sleeps in here and doesn't really like the bright light shine at him. So they are controlled via your phone, and I think you can even get a remote for them. But basically, it connects them up to the interwebs, and then you can send from remotely. You can turn your lights on, or you can turn them on in the house. Smart lighting, smart sockets, which is the thing I want. So they do lighting, which looks like that. Turn them on, blue. Them off, or you can do it through the app. I say locally or remotely, but the sockets are ideal, so we get it to shut down everything. But anyway, let's not go into this too much because that's not what it's about. But if you search the channel for LightwaveRF, you will see a whole overview of this whole system. Very in depth, probably about 40 minutes long, I think it is, and it goes through everything you need to know about it, pretty much. Anyway, but now back to the topic, which is the Alexa compatibility with it. And like all these things, nothing is that simple. So if you can't remember your password, you're going to go to the Lightwave site, most likely, or go to the app and try and reset it. And you probably won't get an email back with your password reset. Anyway, I've spent the last hour trying to work out what's going on. If you go to my LightwaveRF, which is what you'd expect, go to my account, then you try and log in. You don't know your password, so you say forget password. You put your email address in and click reset. I haven't received an email ever. It's not in my spam folder either. You may get that. But this may help you. It may not. If you bought your system before, I think it's November 2015, you don't have a password as you set up. You have a PIN number, which I completely forgotten. But if you, another interesting thing, if you go to support and contact and then go tech support, no, forgotten password, sorry, go to forgotten password, you get a different option which doesn't mention anywhere else, and that brought me to realize that, I know what my 4-digit PIN is, and that is what I've done, and I don't need to reset my password because I know what my 4-digit PIN is. But when it asked for a password, I assumed it meant password as your typical password, not a PIN number. So there you go. That may help some of you guys out. A load of headache, which I've had. And in fact, on the device that I want to show you on, I haven't been able to log into my LightwaveRF for months because I just didn't realize it was the PIN number. Now I know this, I have now logged in. Okay, so here we are, and it says it would like to, the app would like to something, Alexa, view your identity, your basic account information. So I've logged in and I just click accept. Okay, this now, you now can close this window and return to your Alexa app. Oh. Okay, that hasn't gone very well. Okay, and I've just done it again. It's backed out and just did it again. Now it's worked. So let's get on with this. Discover devices. Smart home devices must be discovered before they can be used with Alexa. Okay, let's discover. It's looking for devices. Device discovery can take up 20 seconds. Ooh, Alexa just made a noise. It's just made a noise again. So let's wander. Oh, I didn't ask it for that at all.
In BBC Radio 4 from TuneIn.
I don't know why it's done that. That's because I said the name.
Grayson Perry describes his masculinity as a lumbering beast.
Alexa, stop. Okay, Lightwave. So your devices. Alexa found 20 smart home devices. Oh, there we go. This is all our stuff. Okay, brilliant. There's all the devices. So let's have a look at the commands you need to actually make it work. When using the skill, you need to specify by name which device to use. There are two ways to find these names. Use the names you set up already, these are shown in LightwaveRF app and can be changed, or create an Alexa group such as cancel the group as a bedroom or downstairs and add the device to the group. I don't think these are clickable links. No, they're not clickable links though. So you'd have to type that into the browser. Once you know the name or group of devices, you can say the following. If you have switches on or non-dimmable lights, you can turn them on off, for example. Okay. You can read those instructions yourself. So now we're in LightwaveRF. So if I say living room, see what they're called. Okay, skip tour, so I've just re-enabled this. Over fire, let's say behind sofa. Alexa, turn on behind sofa.
Okay.
Let's have a look, see if it's done. Hello, Bruce. It works! Yay! Alexa, turn off behind sofa.
Sorry, I couldn't find a device or group named Pines over an AM's account.
Sorry, what? Alexa, turn off behind sofa. Alexa, turn off behind sofa. What? Alexa, turn off behind sofa.
Sorry, I couldn't find a device or group named Pines over an AM's account.
Don't know what you mean. Let's try it from stood right next to it. Alexa, turn off behind sofa.
Okay.
Brilliant. So it works if you stood right next to it. So that's the only disadvantage. And has it actually activated it? Right, okay. So this isn't being let down now by the skill, it's being let down by Alexa. So if I placed it, for instance, now I'm being sarcastic now, by the way, but if I placed it, the Alexa here by the light switch, I could go over to it and I could speak to her and get it to turn those on. Right, come on, please work. Please be good. Alexa, turn on behind sofa.
I can't find the song behind sofa in the
song?
music library or in Amazon Music.
Oh, please. Alexa, turn on behind sofa.
Okay.
Yes! Woohoo! Ding! Alexa, turn on kitchen lights.
I found several devices matching that name. Which one did you want?
Kitchen lights.
I found several devices matching that name. Which one did you want?
Kitchen lights.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand that.
Okay, let's go and have a look at what the name is. Okay, that's my fault. Let's try again, shall we? So we've got main lights. Let's do that. I wonder if I just say main lights. Or do I need to say kitchen main lights? Alexa, turn on kitchen main lights.
Okay.
Oh, it works really well. Works really, really well. I think that's brilliant. Alexa, turn off kitchen main lights.
Okay.
Perfect. People are talking about a latency, but I'm not really getting that, as you can see. That's spot on. Alexa, turn on kitchen outside light.
Okay.
Come on, come on, come on. Work. Oh, so now, I shouldn't have said about latency thing, should I? Let's just wait and see what happens. There you go, so there is a latency there. But anyway, it works. It does work. The only issue is that you probably want that in an area where you're going to be turning on the lights all the time. Yeah, it's a difficult one. I probably need to get the dots as well, so the Amazon dots, as opposed to just the Echo, and then place dots around the house, because it works in. If it was in here, you could control these lights. So these are separate, and these are separate. So front and back. So when you're watching a film, you can have. Well, actually, those are too bright behind you, to be fair. So we turn those off and have those, which have got the Philips Hue system the bulbs in there, and we have those on, except from, if you watch the Philips Hue video, you will see that with both the bulbs in, the Hue bulbs, it trips out the LightwaveRF switch, which I've written to LightwaveRF about 3 weeks ago, saying I can't get it to work, and the idea is why, and I haven't got a response at all, and I keep trying to ring them and can't get through, just get an answer phone message, so it's a bit of a letdown there. So we've only got one bulb in there, which is there, but it's multiple colours, so you can have up to 1 million colours combinations. So that's those. So that would work in here. Splitting them across and having the microphone essentially, or the device in here, the Alexa, the Echo, or the Dots in here would work really, really well. You sit down with your lap tray, your food on it, to watch a film, and you just say, Alexa, front lights off or on, whatever you want, whatever commands you want, and it just does it. That is brilliant. Because at the moment we use the phone. So sit down, got the phone on us all the time, and just go turn these lights on, off, set the dim, etc., etc. Should we try, see if we can dim these? Alexa, dim living room lights behind sofa 30%.
That command doesn't work on that device.
They are dimmable. Right, let's have a look at the app. So, I think it maybe it's because they're set up as a... That's set up as a socket, like that's set up as just perhaps a light and not dimmable, but it is dimmable because I've got it here behind sofa. That's 100%, and then you can say 50% and they dim, as you can see. So let me go back and see. It did mention it in the skills description. So let's have a look. Okay, it says if you have dimmable lights, you can change the brightness, for example, and then that word, Alexa, brighten downstairs to 60%. I'm not sure why it says it wouldn't allow it. Let's try it again. Probably try it again. Alexa, dim behind sofa to 30%.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. It does work. So adding the, I think it was adding the word living room to it, confused it. Alexa, dim behind sofa to 100%. No, it hasn't worked. I heard it go doo-doo. Alexa, dim behind sofa to 100%. Alexa, dim behind sofa to 100%.
Okay.
Come on, do it. Yay! So I'm just going to try the dimming with the kitchen lights because it seems to be the living room. It's my accent or something that's causing a problem. Alexa, dim kitchen lights to 10%.
Okay.
Alexa, dim kitchen lights to 100%.
Okay.
There you go. Bing! Alexa, turn off Amy lamp.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. Now, as you see, Amy lamp, the reason I'm doing this one is because that is, you can see that little logo there, that is actually a socket. So the lamp has to be on, but it's controlled by a socket, which is possibly this one here, I'm imagining. So let's just see if that comes on or off. Let's just turn it on. Alexa, turn on Amy lamp.
Okay.
There we go, so it works almost instantly. Yeah, so it's just in the wrong socket. And I think the reason for that is because we've got electric chairs, sofas, which gets complicated and probably not very interesting, but these are all on timers. So all the TV equipment and everything all gets turned off at 12:30 at night, or 12:30 in the morning. And the chairs being turned off was just annoying, so we swapped the plug over. So that's just an old hangover. If that was plugged in, it would turn that lamp on and off, if that was plugged in directly. The reason it isn't plugged in directly to this empty socket is because it's not long enough. So we'd have to do an extension to it. We've only got one extension, which runs behind here. So that's where that is. But it works. It all works. It works pretty seamlessly, and the latency, it doesn't seem to be that much, to be fair. It's just an issue of where you place your Alexa. So I'd actually be interested to see now, say the kitchen lights were on and you were leaving at night, is to see how well that works as you're just trying to leave. So let's do a scenario where I'm just about to leave the house and the kitchen lights are already on, and then see where we go from there. So what I could actually do is, you may have noticed that we've named them not really with this in mind, because we got it a couple of years ago, several years ago. So it's actually called, the area is called kitchen, the group is called kitchen, and the device is called main lights. So it'd be better to actually just call them kitchen lights. And that way you could just say the A word and then say turn on or off kitchen lights. Whereas it is, we've actually got to name the group and then the lights within it. So it's adding an extra command. So we could streamline that, but let's just leave it as is for now. And I'm just about to walk out the house and the lights are on, it's pitch black outside, and let's see what happens. Alexa, turn off kitchen main lights. Just about to go. Nothing's happened. Right, let's do take 2. Alexa, turn off kitchen main lights.
Okay.
Please turn off. There we go. I got to trust that you're going to turn off. It said okay. There we go. And off I go. So I think that pretty much sums it up. You've seen that it does work, and you've seen how to install it, and it seems to be fairly straightforward. If you can remember your password, it'd be even quicker. I think what needs to happen is the grouping that you may have already applied needs to be restructured to suit the Alexa. The Echo, sorry, I keep calling it Alexa. The Echo, you needs to suit that, all the dots you've got in place, to make it more streamlined. So that, as I was saying with the kitchen, probably what I should do is just change that to call them kitchen lights. So I'm going to try and see if I can just edit that now. Let's just go to main lights, see if I can just edit that and just say device name, kitchen. I'm not going to worry about capitalization for now. Kitchen lights, let's just say done. And then we say done, change saved. Okay, let's just see what happens now if I just say turn on kitchen lights without having to name the group, because it should be the only device called kitchen lights. Hopefully that's changed it instantly. Alexa, turn on kitchen lights.
I found several devices matching that name. Which one did you want?
So if I say kitchen lights, it won't work. Kitchen lights.
Sorry, I couldn't find a device or group named Kitchen Lights of Kitchen Lights in Ian's account.
It's weird because that works for downstairs in our living room. I'm trying to work out why this is. I don't need to name the group. I just say turn on behind sofa and it works. Let me try and work out how I can change the room name. Okay, you go into your settings here, and then you say rooms, and then you click on settings and then say edit room, and then rename a room, and then let's rename kitchen, confirm selection, and I'm going to change that to Steve just for testing. That's Steve now. And now I'm going to retest to see whether or not, because the group's not called kitchen, that it won't say it's found multiple devices. I'm just testing, literally testing, because I haven't got a clue why it says it can find multiple devices called kitchen something, because there isn't anything else called kitchen. So, Alexa, turn on kitchen lights.
I found several devices matching that name.
No idea.
Which one did you want?
Kitchen lights.
I found several devices matching that name. Which one did you want?
There isn't several. Kitchen lights.
I'm sorry.
So the only things we've got are all these: living room, piano, blah blah, hall outside. Nothing else is called kitchen at all. So don't know why it's doing that. Don't know. Unfortunately, I'll try and keep working at it to find you guys an answer in case you come across the same problem. This is from my iPod to my iPhone. If I check, the room is still called kitchen. So I think it's not, what it's not doing is updating the server to give it the correct name. which probably in turn means that Alexa's looking at the server rather than looking at the app, which makes sense because you have multiple devices. So I somehow need to find out how to update the server. Now, I have a look for 10 minutes. I cannot find the answer to that. It used to be simple. It used to say save settings to server or something was the option, but that I can't see that now. So I'm going to try and hunt for it and find out where that option is. Okay, I would say it has automatically updated the server because I've just logged out and logged back in again, and it's worked. So maybe if I turn the Alexa off at the wall and turn it back on again, the Echo, off at the wall and turn it back on again, it will update. Let's try that. Okay, let's turn that off. That's now off. Turn it back on again. Okay, rebooted. Let's have a look at exact naming because I've completely forgotten. Kitchen lights. Alexa, turn on kitchen lights.
I found several devices
don't know.
matching that name.
Really don't know, guys.
Which one did
I'm
you want?
completely stuffed. Really haven't got a clue. Very frustrating. It's the only
Sorry,
one
I
called
couldn't
kitchen
find a
lights. That is the only
device or group
thing.
name stuffed running what are playing in Ian's account.
Really don't know. It's got to be a way, hasn't there? Kitchen lights. It is the only device called kitchen lights. Unless she's not hearing me say kitchen. Surely she is. No, she does. She says she repeats it, doesn't she? Alexa, turn on kitchen lights.
I found several devices matching that name. Which one did you want?
Cancel.
Cancelling.
I don't know. Sorry. I will perhaps keep trying and try and work out what on earth is going on. Okay, I've gone away from the LightwaveRF app and gone into the skill. And if you say manage devices, you can see in your device list the names that don't display within the app. And there's two in there. Kitchen main lights and kitchen outside light, which is weird because it says it's a socket, which it isn't quite clearly. It's a switch. So I need to go and look at that now. So as you'll see from within here, there isn't a kitchen main lights and there isn't a kitchen outside light. But I don't think I can edit those. Yes, it's just outside light. And it seems to have remembered, as I thought, the previous naming of them. So I wonder if I disable the skill, it will then solve that problem. So what I'm going to do, rather than disable it, say discover devices. So I'm going to leave it to discover devices, and hopefully that will re-trigger and reset that list. But we will see. It may do, it may not do. Okay, so it has. It's redone them. So if you want to change any settings, you need to remember when you change your settings within the app, you then need to go back to the Alexa app and then change that. But what it's done is it prefixes it with the group name and then the device name. So Steve outside light, Steve kitchen lights. So let's try this. Alexa, turn on kitchen lights.
Okay.
There we go. Problem resolved. So I'm pretty confident they'll come on. There we go. So that resolves that problem. So just to run through it again, go to the skill that you've got and then say manage devices in smart home, and then from there you can scroll down and then you can say discover devices again once you've changed them. Okay, rightio, that's great. And then that way, if you name your devices rather than by the group, as I was saying, you reorganize to streamline it, so it's just one simple command. You just need to make sure you name your groups. Do you need I don't know, actually, you just need to name your devices unique names so don't repeat themselves. So for instance, we've got an outside light and we've actually got multiple things within the kitchen. Don't name them all kitchen something if you want it to work very well. I can see that being limiting and not working in all scenarios, but for this one, really, kitchen lights, you just want to say Alexa, turn off kitchen lights. And that's what you want to be able to do. Just say that, and you don't want to be saying the group name and then a sub name of that group to get it to work. So yeah, that works really, really well. And just to be super clear, the group name doesn't matter. I've named my kitchen back to kitchen rather than Steve, and it should have no bearing on whether Alexa thinks it's multiple devices. Cancel. Let's try it again, just to prove it. Alexa, turn on kitchen lights.
Okay.
See, there's no conflict between the naming of the group, but it's a conflict between the naming of the devices within a group that can cause you issues if they've got multiple same names within them, like kitchen lights left, kitchen lights right. Then you couldn't just say turn on kitchen lights left. You'd have to call them something unique. Bye. Well, I hope that helps, guys, for you setting up your LightwaveRF with the Alexa app. As you can see, it's never always straightforward, never ever is. And that's kind of the reason for these real life gadget review videos, is that it's try to do it as it happens, on the fly, rather than doing a polished, clean video where it just works perfectly. And then you're left frustrated thinking, why the heck can't I get this to work? Everyone else doesn't seem to have a problem. Anyway, so that's now sorted. It all works. I'm gonna go around and just rename stuff as I want, and then use this one ideally when you're leaving, or when you come in, it's pitch black, turning it on is perfect. Really, really good use. And I'm so happy that LightwaveRF have created this skill, because when I did the Echo video, the one disappointment was it couldn't actually integrate it with my current smart home, which I spent a lot of money on, because they didn't have the ability to connect to it. And they've done that, addressed that issue by not replacing hardware, but by simply creating a skill, which works really, really well. So thumbs up. Please like and subscribe if this has been helpful, and I'll see you on the next video.